Welcome to Energetic Literacy in Astrology 2, Identifying Emotional Tones, Archetypal Patterns, and Conscious Response. This is part 1 of 2 series. Enjoy the energetic evolution, trusting somatic intuition over memorization and prediction. Astrology is often approached as a system to memorize, predict, or intellectually dissect, but at its core, it offers a practice of energetic literacy, a way of tuning into our own somatic intuition and internal signals. This article guides students of astrology through the process of identifying emotional tones, recognizing archetypal patterns, understanding astrological transits, and responding consciously. The emphasis is on cultivating awareness and trust in your own lived experience as your primary source of truth, rather than relying on rote learning or prediction. Identifying emotional tones. Emotional tones are the underlying flavors or energies that color our experiences and reactions. Being able to sense these tones is a foundational skill for energetic literacy. Let's explore 3 common emotional tones. Anger, often felt as heat or tension in the body. Anger may arise as a response to perceived injustice, boundary violation, or frustration. Somatically, you might notice clenched fists, a tight jaw, or a rush of energy up your spine. For example, during a challenging conversation, you may suddenly feel your chest tighten and your thoughts become sharper. These are signals of anger's presence. Oversensitivity. This tone manifests as heightened emotional reactivity, where even minor comments or events trigger disproportionate responses. In the body, oversensitivity might feel like a fluttering in the stomach, watery eyes, or a sense of being easily overwhelmed. For instance, receiving constructive feedback might lead to a feeling of vulnerability or a desire to withdraw, signaling oversensitivity. Depression. The emotional tone of depression is often experienced as heaviness, numbness, or a sense of disconnection. Physically, this might show up as a slump in posture, a lack of energy, or a dull ache in the chest. You might notice a persistent sense of hopelessness or a lack of motivation, indicating the presence of depressive energy. Learning to notice these signals in your body and emotions is the first step toward energetic literacy. Recognizing archetypal patterns. Archetypal patterns are universal themes or motifs that show up in our lives, often reflected in astrological symbols. They are not meant to be memorized or predicted, but rather felt and recognized as they emerge in real time. The warrior. This archetype appears in situations requiring courage, assertiveness, or healthy confrontation. For example, standing up for yourself in a meeting or taking initiative on a project are expressions of the warrior energy. The caregiver. When you find yourself nurturing others, offering support, or sacrificing your own needs for someone else, you are embodying the caregiver archetype. This pattern might become evident when you consistently put others first, sometimes to your own detriment. The seeker. The urge to explore, learn, or question the status quo is the hallmark of the seeker. This energy could arise when you feel restless in a routine or compelled to embark on a new adventure or study. To recognize archetypal patterns, pay attention to recurring themes in your life or in the emotional tones you experience. Ask yourself, what role am I playing in this moment? How does my body respond when I step into this energy? Understanding astrological transits. An astrological transit occurs when a planet, as it moves through the sky, forms a significant relationship with a point in your birth chart or enters a new zodiac sign. Rather than viewing transits as predictors of fate, approach them as shifts in the energetic weather that you can sense and respond to. A vivid example is Pluto's move into Aquarius after spending 14 years in Capricorn. Pluto represents transformation, power, and deep change. Capricorn is associated with structures, authority, and tradition. Aquarius with innovation, community, and humanitarian ideals. When Pluto transitioned from Capricorn to Aquarius, the collective energetic theme shifts from breaking down old structures to reimagining the future and embracing new paradigms. You might notice this in society as movements toward technological advancement, social reform, or collective action. Personally, you may feel a pull toward greater authenticity, collaboration, or challenging outdated norms. Rather than memorizing what this transit means, practice feeling into what changes arise within you and in the world around you during such transitions.